With almost the same club head speed, I went from 102 to 103. I hit the ball 270 yards, okay? So almost the same club head speed. On my last shot, I hit the ball 247, right, to 270. So that's over 20 yards of distance with the same speed by just changing that setup alignment. All right, so I've been waiting probably literally 10 years to find a right wrist training aid that I would fall in love with. I have this precision impact training aid that I have been testing now for the past couple of months to make sure I like it. This right wrist training aid, I'm telling you, I've tried them all, is unbelievable. You put this on your right wrist and you'll notice when I make a backswing, it gives me some auditory feedback and I can set my right wrist about as far back as I can, and it locks that angle in. And it enables you to create the right wrist bend during the backswing, and also because of this little ball here, I can go up and down when I do it. It's absolutely freaking brilliant, and I've been using this a lot. It's gonna help your impact a ton. You go down below, you click the little link down there for Precision Pro, and you grab one of these. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. There's a little coupon code in there. You get 20 bucks off. Keeping the right wrist bent back, okay, is the key. All right, guys, so without a doubt with the driver pattern, when I see someone who comes in who's struggling with solid contact, not hitting the ball as far as they want to, and really the pattern I see a lot is the exact opposite of what we see on the screen there. I see a lot of golfers, and this may be you, who's struggling with the kind of low pull to the left and or the over fade to the right. And this first piece at the setup is really where everything starts with. And I'm gonna show you what that is here and how to correct that. So the number one thing you have to watch out for is having your shoulder line to open at the setup position. So if I set up with my driver and we were to reference my right shoulder and my left shoulder, they can kind of point in one of three ways, right? They can point basically straight down the target line. They can point to the left, which we would call open. This would be bad. Or they can point to the right. We would call this closed, and for the sake of this video, would be good. Just think about it this way. Where my shoulders are gonna point, straight, left, or right, is generally where my brain's gonna have this club head moving. If my shoulders point to the left and they're open, my club head wants to move where? Outside and to the left too much. Now, if I swing outside and to the left too much, what sort of ball flight pattern is that going to produce? That's going to be a low shot, ball that pulls and fades. I'm going to lose a lot of distance relative to my club head speed. Now, if that's true, the opposite's also true. Now, if my shoulders were pointed a little bit more to the right, we call that closed, that would make it easy for that club head to travel inside out. Now, what does that do? That produces a ball flight that launches higher, starts more to the right, and curves more to the left. That would be like a Rory McIlroy sort of model. We know with the driver, to get the ball to fly as far as we want to hit slightly up on the golf ball and ideally swing slightly from inside out. So when you take your setup position, I want you to check this. And really the sensation I want you to feel is that this right shoulder or trail shoulder is going to be pulled back. So here's my normal setup position. My shoulders should look fairly even with each other. Now I want to pull that right shoulder back. Now as I pull my right shoulder back, nothing else is changing on my body. I'm just changing my shoulder line. The shoulder line's pulled back a little bit. You should also be able to see from down the line that my right arm is underneath my left. Right shoulder back, right arm underneath the left. That would make it easiest to hit the draw. If I had my right shoulder forward and my right arm above the left, that would make it the hardest to hit the draw, and I'd hit the most pull fade. Let me try one from here. Right shoulder forward, right arm high. I'm gonna try and not hurt myself and hit a drive out here, and we'll see from here. So that's why I tried to hit a pretty full speed shot there. So I swung 102 miles an hour, so I kind of slowed down there because I was a little bit scared. But you'll notice my total distance was 247.3 with 102 speed. And we can bring up on the screen and show my club path, 2.7 to the left, club face is open to the path, low point way ahead of the ball, and angle of attack too far down. So just by setting up that way, that made me swing the club during the downswing much more from high and outside to low and to the left. Now, if I just flip that, I'll try and keep the speed the same at about 102. I'm gonna try and do the exact opposite. So my right shoulder's pulled back and down a little bit of a side crunch. Right shoulder back and down, right arm underneath the left, that's gonna help me get the club head swinging a bit more from low to high. Let's give that one a try with the same speed. So I tried to keep the speed the same there. There I got a little bit of a draw pattern, pulled it a little bit, but let's look at the differences. With almost the same club head speed, I went from 102 to 103. I hit the ball 270 yards, okay? So almost the same club head speed. On my last shot, I hit the ball 247, right, to 270. So that's over 20 yards of distance with the same speed by just changing that setup alignment. My club path went from 2 to the left to 2.5 to the right. My angle of attack went from hitting 4 down to 2 up. So hopefully that gives you a visual here of how important that setup piece is. Open with the shoulders bad, close with the shoulders good, pull that right shoulder down and back, get that trail arm under. That's gonna help you hit more from low to high, hit your driver a lot farther with more draw. All right, guys, there you saw the differences. That little setup difference literally gained me 20 plus yards, but I wanna hear from you when you try this out. Let me know down in the comments down below. How did it work for you? How much distance did you gain? I look forward to this helping out your golf game.